not be blessed when you're stressed or surrounded by mess. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance. And yes, that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, it's not for you, so don't force it. So let it fly, but most importantly, grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. In this video, we're going to go over and discuss why you may feel like you're behind in life, why your manifestations and your blessings may be blocked or delayed, as well as what to expect. We have some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and what to be aware of when receiving your blessings and what to do moving forward. Starting off the disclaimer, starting off the topic in the title of the video. When you are not where you need to be, how on earth would you be able to receive your blessings? And I'll give you a second. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in your notes. When you're taking these notes, write down the questions, write down the answers, and verbally express them so you can confirm it. How do you expect to receive a package if you don't put your address on it? Think about when you order online, whether it's from Amazon, the grocery store, your favorite clothing store, or whatever it is, Instacart. You're not going to receive something if you're not prepared to receive it. So when you want to become the best version of yourself and you're not educating yourself, you're not learning, you're not unlearning, you're not doing what you need to do, why do you feel like you deserve to receive your manifestations or your blessings? And like I said, I'll give you a second. And while you take some time to process that, speaking from experience, a lot of us feel like we are owed or entitled to certain things, and we're not. We're not entitled to time, and nobody owes us time, meaning there's no age expectancy to life. Just because you see certain people and places and things do things and experience things doesn't mean you're going to have the same opportunity. Not just that, if you do not work for things in life, they have to be handed to you. So if it's not handed to you, you have to put in the work. That's the truth. If you're not willing to show up or to meet God or the ancestors or the universe halfway, why do you feel like you're just going to receive something? Now, this doesn't mean that you don't have the energy. This doesn't mean that you don't have the determination. This doesn't mean that you don't even have the experience. You can have all of these things, but faith without works is dead. If you want to build a house from scratch, don't you think you're going to need tools and equipment to build your house from scratch? Don't you think you're going to have to hire an architect or become an architect, and hire a team, an interior designer to make your house come to life? It's one thing to envision things. It's one thing to have the vision boards. It's one thing to talk about things. It's one thing to journal and articulate and express ourselves. But if we're not making it a part of reality, how would you experience it? So the second thing to be aware of is that if you are not surrounding yourself and being intentional with the things that you want, once again, why do you feel like you're going to receive it? So if you have a goal, let's just say to lose weight or to become physically fit or to become physically more healthier, and you've never been healthy, you've never been in shape, maybe you've been uneducated, maybe you grew up eating foods that were not appropriate for you to be healthy, you have to make the necessary changes. You have to stop surrounding yourself with people who are not mindful, let's just say, of their food intake, who are not mindful of what they drink or what they eat or if they're exercising or not. You're not going to receive blessings when you're surrounded by people and places and things who are not compatible with you, because they also too do not deserve the fruits of your labors. And I'm speaking from experience. When I was in certain circumstances and surrounded by certain people, places, and things who were not in alignment of my highest good, which we'll talk about in a second, I was not able to receive opportunities. And that happens to you too, and let me know. You ever been around certain people, places, and things, and whole time you're pouring into them, you're being positive, you think these people have your best interest, and then you fall out with them and you realize they never did? That's why I did not receive certain blessings at certain times in my life, because the company I kept, because where I was in life, whether it was physically, emotionally, financially, consciously, subconsciously, however, spiritually. When I was in relations with people, whether they were at work, family, or friends, and they weren't genuine people that I was working with, they weren't genuine people that loved me as my family, and they weren't genuine, honest, loyal people as my friends, I didn't receive the things that I was meant to receive. My ancestors, the universe, God is not going to bless me when I'm around people, places, and things who wanted to take, and that's why I didn't. So if you ever feel like you're behind in life, or you ever feel like you're being delayed in life, or you feel like you're doing everything and everything is not working out, you need to ask yourself, who's in my circle? Who's in my corner? Who's around me? Because there's a something or a certain thing, an entity, people, place, or thing that's not for you, or it just may not be your time, which we're also going to talk about too. You have to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who are in alignment of who you want to be and your goals. So that's the third thing to be aware of. If you don't know what it is that you want, before you get upset that certain things are not happening in your life, you need to be asking yourself, what do I want to experience? And you need to understand the responsibilities that come with it. If you're not willing to make the necessary changes, you can't ask for certain things. And you can't be upset when you don't experience it, but you see it in other people. When you see other people, all it is inspiration and validation and confirmation that you can receive it. It can be a part of your reality because it's real, but how you get it, that's different. The fourth thing you need to be aware of is that when you're not where you need to be, a lot of things are going to seem like they're going wrong. You have to be mindful of what's happening to you and learning what you're supposed to learn in these seasons, in these chapters. The longer you surround yourself with mess, the longer you won't be blessed. And this is why you become depressed and stressed. I sound like Dr. Seuss. When I was going through certain things in my life, which I take full responsibility and I was aware of, so I personally wasn't too upset about, but you're not me and maybe different from you, I knew like, okay, yeah, I had to be in certain circumstances based off of the knowledge and the resources and the tools that I had in that moment. But personally, because I knew I wasn't meant to be there, I knew like, okay, I just need to do what I need to do while I'm here. So while I'm at this job that I don't like, I need to do what I need to do. I need to save this amount of money so I could quit and move forward. When I'm in school and I'm around certain people, places, and things, and all they do is spread rumors and gossip and be fake funny, I just keep them to a distance, keep them as associates, work with them when I need to work with them, be professional, don't get into no, etc., and get my degrees and my certificates. I can go about my business. Same thing with people in relationships, whether they were friends and family. Once I realized that people threw shade or people was talking about me to their parents, like I've had people that I was close with talk about me to their parents. You guys, it's a lot that we talk about. Once I realized that certain people weren't really happy for me, or when I needed them, they weren't there for me, but when they needed me, I was there for them. Like once you peep certain things, it's like, okay. Because speaking from experience, when you're surrounding yourself with people and places and things who are not the best people, or just people that are not compatible with you, you're not going to be able to move forward. Why would your God, your ancestors, and your universe bless you when you're surrounded by people and places and things who don't mean you well? They're not meant to receive the blessing. And they won't. And what happens is the longer you surround yourself with people and places and things who genuinely are not for you, the longer you'll start to experience confusion and tension and frustration until it gets to a point where when the seasons are meant to change and the weather is meant to change and life is meant to change and you're meant to change, certain things will just naturally just become destructive. Certain people, places, things, you'll get into altercations, whether it's verbally and physical with certain people, places, things, you will just not be able to move forward. Like it'll just be so much blockage. And you have to realize that when you're in these times, you're being protected. If something is not for you, you're not being rejected, you're being protected, because what's for you is what's for you, and what's not is not going to work. You can't force it. So now, what are the recommendations to receive your blessings? Cut people off the first time. If certain people, places, and things are meant to be in your life, it has to be a mutual understanding. They have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to do the work. It can't be 60-40. It can't be 80-20. It has to be you're 100% committed and they're 100% committed. You all have to be on the same page. You don't have to be reading the same sentence. You don't have to be reading the same paragraph. But you need to be, or stanza, you need to be on the same page. Anytime, anything, or anybody makes you feel like what you're doing is wrong, when you know you're growing, you know you're evolving, you know you want better, you have to cut them off. Whether it's permanently, you create distance, or like I said, you label them as your associate. When you need to speak to them, keep it professional. If not, you don't have to tell them your business. It is what it is. Anything or anybody who has a problem with you cutting them off for you to better yourself never was for you in the first place. The second thing you need to realize is what you need to do. The more you become educated, the more you become equipped, the more you become aware, the more you can start to be in alignment of what it is that you're working towards. Not just that, your healing journey is a journey. It's an experience. So you can't rush how long it takes for you to get somewhere or what you're meant to be doing, especially if you've never done it before. And we talk about that all the time. Walking into the unknown, this is what this playlist is about for the month of October. October is embracing the unknown and being aware that you don't always have control and you only know what you know. And what no longer resonates with you, you have to leave it. And what you do know that it is working for you, you have to apply it. You can't rush the process. You can only do what you can. So as long as you're doing what you need to do, you'll get to where you need to be. You'll receive the opportunities and the blessings and the finances and the money. Not just that, the third thing, you have to let go of expectation, because you don't know. Just because you want something doesn't mean it's for you. Just because you want to be around certain people, places, and things, it may not be in your cards. It may not work out in your favor. You have to be okay with that. And that's what nobody wants to hear. Like, once I realized that I was surrounded by certain people, places, and things in my past, and they genuinely did not have my best interest, immediately I was able to cut the cord and let them loose and turn them loose any and every way possible, because it's like, you deserve the world. I deserve the world. I'm deserving. If you know you do the work, you take care of yourself, you do right, why would you not be able to receive the things that you want? And it's like, when you're surrounded by people and places and things who make you feel good, who allow you to be you, you don't have to worry about constantly having to unlearn and learn certain things. You don't have to worry about delay and denial and constantly being protected. You're always going to be protected if you choose to believe, of course. And you guys, I think I got bit by something, like, keep scratching my arm. It's like turning red. But it's like, be for real. Would you rather be around certain people, places, and things who don't mean you well, or cut them off and receive the things that you want because you know you're deserving of it? Not just that, you don't have to explain that to certain people, places, and things. The only people who want to benefit from you receiving your blessings and they don't mean you well are people who are not even meant to have access to you. You're never going to have a problem with somebody who's in alignment with you, who loves you, who appreciates you, and who supports you when they're meant to receive or be a part of your blessing. Like, just because you want to bless people, just because you want to help people, or just because you want to show up for people, you may not meant to be doing that. Not just that, you can't change people. If people are going to get it, they're going to get it. If they don't, that's on them. Like, stop holding on to certain people, places, and karmas and projections and deflections. The longer you surround yourself with people and places and things, and they're deflecting, they're projecting, you're going to experience their karma. We don't have time to do that anymore. If you want to receive your blessings, number 4, you got to take your time. You have to be patient. Because it's like, most times when things are in your control, and even when you order stuff online, they'll give you a window. There's an estimate, right? Because there's an obligation. At any moment, you could receive a blessing or an opportunity. So you have to be open-minded and not have expectations, when certain things are going to happen. If you're showing up, you're taking your time, you're not rushing yourself, you're not comparing yourself. Doesn't matter when you get blessed, doesn't matter when you receive your blessing. Once again, the only people who are like pressuring you or people who feel entitled to your blessings, like I said, are people that are not for you. Why are you worried about when I do this or when I receive that or when I do this? You're not going to be there. And I'm telling you from experience, they're not going to be there to celebrate. They're not going to be able to have access to you. Like, that's the beautiful part about life, is that when you are walking in your purpose and you know who you are and you're embracing the unknown and you're becoming the best version of yourself, anything or anybody that's not in alignment of your highest good will be removed, because nothing in life is going to last forever. Not just that, people can't pretend anymore. It's going to get to a point where certain people, places, and things can't pretend to be there for you or act like they like you or act like they want you to do well. It's going to show eventually. Everything that comes up must come down. So lastly, what I recommend is that if things don't work out when you want them to, don't lose like faith or hope, because it may show up in a way that you weren't expecting, or it just may not be your time. Now, of course, if you guys don't believe in religion or spirituality, I'm not here to force that. Take what resonates, leave the rest. But it's like, you got to know when it's your time. It may not be your time. Like, sometimes we don't receive certain things because it's not our time. Because, like I said, we don't understand there's so much that comes with our blessings, whether it's behind the scenes, BTS, or in real life. You have to realize too that when you're doing things that you've never done before, or you're elevating on a certain level, it's going to impact certain people, places, and things. So you may not realize that your blessing is connected to certain people, places, and things. A lot of times it is. Like, if you are, let's just say, breaking generational cycles and you're being the first person to buy a house, you have to realize that's going to affect your lineage, your bloodline. That's going to affect you, and that's going to affect the people that you're, like your family, your kids, the people you're married to, as well as the realtor. They have to be involved, as well as the people that are now going to be in the community. Like, there's so many pieces to the puzzles that you may not be able to see. Don't feel sad. Don't beat yourself up because things are not happening when you want them to. Know that if it's meant to be, it's going to come to pass. It's going to happen, but it's going to happen when it's time. Like, if you're not educating yourself and learning about HOAs and being a first-time homeowner, or learning about mortgage, or learning about architectures and realtors, how could you receive the things that you want? Like, there are a lot of steps that come with our blessings. So just keep that in mind. Like, just because it doesn't happen today, or just because it didn't happen in your past, like I said, who was around you? What were you doing? Were you in alignment? Like, in order to receive something, you have to be open, and not to what you think is open. You have to be 100% open to it, because you have to be in alignment with it, and you have to be able to maintain it. So many people want blessings and they don't realize you have to maintain it. Once you buy a house, if that's your goal, if that's your blessing, what do you do when you get it? You do realize you have to pay a mortgage. You realize you got HOA fees. You do realize that you may have to pay a water bill, a cable. You do realize that you got to keep your lawn cut. You do realize that you're going to have to put groceries in your house. Like, you're gonna have to decorate, like, you're buying furniture. Like, there's so much to it. Same thing with starting a business. Once you start a business, you do realize you got to get your LLC, your EIN. You're gonna have to have a website. You're gonna have to have a storefront. You're gonna have to have etc. Like, same thing if you get a job. It's certain things that come with a certain level of responsibility. So I'm gonna have to video with that. Let me know what you think. Let me know what resonates with you. Let me know what you need to work on. Are you stressed? Are you depressed? Do you realize that you're where you need to be, or do you need to continue to work on yourself? As well as following me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below. Okay, head to Instagram and on TikTok. I will be going live talking about these topics and going over them into further detail, as well as booking my service and my session, on my website. It's in the description for one-on-one, like, personal chats, getting to know me, getting to know you, and just, if you want, like, the knit and grits, I do have outlines on there that tell you exactly, like, specific how to receive certain things and when to receive them, as well as liking this video. Thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful when you guys like and engage. It just lets me know what we need to work on and what we don't. Okay, so if I didn't answer any of your questions in the comment section, let me know in the comment section. And yeah, just know that you're not going to receive something when you're not in alignment with it, or when it's not your time. And you never have to force your time, and you never have to go out your way to receive something that's for you. Okay, love you, bye.